Hey guys, I am back for another training video. Sorry I've been quiet in my group today. There's some workers out giving us natural gas lines to our neighborhood, and I'm pretty sure they cut our phone and internet lines, so I've been kind of winging it here today on my phone. But I wanted to give you some talking points about recruiting, because I know sometimes people aren't really sure what to say about what makes our company so awesome. So I want to give you a few things that people should always look for when they're looking to join a network marketing company or a direct sales company, and things that I think Unique, our company, does really well, obviously, which is why I'm with them after 2.5 years still. But I want to just go over a few things that you could always bring up to people who are your prospects or people who have questions. And yeah, so the first thing is, I think it's really important to look at if a company you're looking at requires you to carry expensive or large amounts of inventory. So if any company is wanting you to do this huge buy-in in the beginning, where you're putting out a lot of your own money on inventory that you have to carry, I think that can be kind of a problem, because then if you don't sell it, then you're out all this money. And a lot of people don't have that much money to invest up front. So something I love about Unique is, yeah, I typically encourage people to buy a few sets of lashes to have on hand, because people love that. But I mean, that's going to cost you less than $100 for 3 sets of lashes. But there are companies where people have closets and garages full of inventory that they can never sell, or the packaging changes or the products change, and all of a sudden they're left with all this inventory and they have a problem. So I know I discourage my people from tying up their cash with a lot of inventory, and I think it's a really important thing, and it just says a lot about the company if they're looking out for your best interests or if they're just wanting you to spend a ton of money up front. So that's one thing I look at. The next thing I look at is, can you buy the products a company is selling only from one of their consultants, or for us, the presenters. So with Unique, you can only purchase products through our website or through an independent presenter. Now, yes, the products show up on Amazon and eBay once in a while, but that is against compliance, and we have people going after anyone selling there. And a lot of those are fakes anyway, and you really don't want to buy knockoffs when it comes to your makeup. You don't know what you're going to get. With Unique, you can only purchase from a presenter. There are a lot of companies out there where you can purchase their products from a retail store. It's windy. There are companies where you can purchase the products from the corporate website. And to me, those are just big no-nos, because they're saying, hey, if we can keep the profit or if we can sell other ways, we're going to do it. And I love how Derek and Melanie back in the beginning talked about how they wanted to keep this company about us. They're creating this for the presenters. So if they allow people to sell in retail locations or on eBay or just directly from their website, it's not really helping the presenters who this company was created for, and they want to keep us strong and keep us growing and to help us succeed. So that's a big thing. I have seen companies that have gone out of business before, because why is somebody going to buy from a consultant when they are walking through the mall and they just happen to see the products, or if they could buy it at Walmart when they're just out and about. So to me, it really is an important thing that you can only buy from the consultants, and it's really to support their teams and to support the people who are building the business. And then the next thing is, you want a mission-based company. I think a lot can be said about the founders of a company and where they're coming from and what their goals are for their business. And I love that Unique's mission is to uplift, empower, and validate women. And I've seen that from day one, that everything that has happened within this company has been to benefit our presenters. And even corporate's mission is to basically support the presenters by uplifting, empowering, and validating. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was very similar to that, just how everything they should be doing should be to help us. So I love that that is the focus, and they really recognize that this business is nothing without the consultants or the presenters. And that's us. There's 200,000 plus of us, and we're the workforce. We're the people getting it out there, and I think it's an amazing thing that everything they want to do is focused around us. Now, if you have a company that maybe doesn't have a mission, or you don't know the mission of that company, you might want to look into it and see what their focus is. I know there's a lot of good companies out there with really strong values and focuses, and so I'm not just saying this is just Unique, but it's something that I do love about this company and that I really think people should look for. And then you also want to look at what are the founders doing and what is their focus. Now, there are other companies out there where their direct sales company is kind of an offshoot of some other things that the founders are doing, and so the problem with that is the direct sales company is not their number one priority and focus. They're going to put their time, effort, and focus wherever the money is coming from. So say their direct sales portion is struggling, they might work on one of their other business ventures more. Or, there is a company out there that kind of has competing products, that one is sold through consultants and one is sold online and in stores, and the products kind of compete and have different price points. And to me, that's kind of a problem. I'm not going to say what company this is, but it doesn't really empower their consultants to be successful when they're basically competing with their own consultants. And I see that as a problem. And that kind of goes back to, you only want to be able to buy the products from a consultant and not elsewhere. And then the last thing, I kind of talked about this, but you want a company with strong ethics, and where they do have a presenter agreement or a consultant agreement, or whatever different companies call them, and they enforce it. To me, that really is important. It keeps the playing field level. It shows that integrity is what's important to them. They're not just going to overlook serious violations. And you know, sometimes we get annoyed. Sometimes we might get an email from compliance like, you shouldn't be posting this there, or you shouldn't do this or that. But they're not the police. They're really just there to educate us and to help us and to make sure we're running our businesses correctly. And you know, there's things like income claims, which could get people and businesses in a lot of trouble if they're saying things that they shouldn't be saying. And so really, compliance is there to protect us, and the presenter agreement is there. It's a two-way contract, so it's there to protect us and for us to be able to work with the company, and it keeps everyone, it just keeps everyone honest, keeps everyone in good standing, and so you don't get into legal issues as well. So yeah, that's the last thing I would really look at. So inventory, you don't want a company that requires you to carry inventory. You want companies that require you to purchase products from a consultant and not from the website or a store, or and then you also want companies where you have strong mission, the leaders have a strong mission, the founders, and that they focus on having good ethics that they enforce through an agreement. So I hope that helps you out with your recruiting, gives you some good talking points, and that you're able to share this with people on your teams. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I do a lot of trainings for to help your business out. So thanks guys, and I can't wait to see you at convention in a few months.